Unsuccessful. Somebody yanked my sunglasses. Motherfuckers, man. When we were leaving our point of interest yesterday, there were 3 young kids, 2 guys and a girl, hiking in. Looked like they were gonna stay somewhere out here for a few days. I bet you they found them. Not too many people come out here. It's a total of 3.5 miles to get to where we walked to yesterday, and along that 3.5 mile trek, or even the 7-mile round trip, it's pretty rare that you run into anybody. If you do, it's usually one person or a couple, a group of 2. But I walked well beyond where I thought I had left them, and yeah, they're gone. That's a bummer. What do you do? The leaves are probably extremely loud right now. Sorry. Here, you want to look at me. So here we are. You can walk the trail with me. Yeah, I don't know. Just a little bit of a bummer. So I will speed walk my way. I only had about a mile to go. I was 2.5 miles in, so just shy of another mile to where we went yesterday, but no sense of walking all the way. Still got to get home. I worked all day. I drove all the way out here. I practically ran down this trail until I stopped to take a little video earlier. So just join me on a walk through the woods, I guess. Me and Annie really want to find some property in this greater area that I'm at right now. But this area doesn't reveal its gems very often. Size of that white pine, eh? Monstrous. There's another one right there hiding. What a big bad mofo he is. Hey Chippy, what are you doing over there? So yeah, houses around here, properties, land around here does not go up for sale very often, unfortunately. So when it does, you kind of have to be in a position to jump on it like immediately. Which, something we're working on, but we could put something down and just, put a contingency on it to sell our house. Then we'd have a little bit of everything. We'd have freshwater streams and rivers all around us, and mountains, and the wilderness. I mean, we're on the foothills of the Huron mountain range right now. Now, a lot of people don't know that the Huron mountain range is one of the oldest mountain ranges on the planet. It's not a huge and long one, but it's one of the oldest on the planet. You can go to Wikipedia or something, which is how I found this out. Somebody had mentioned it to me, and I'm like, really? Interesting. I'll look that up. And so I Googled the Huron Mountain Range, and it brought me to Wikipedia, and it told me, you know, like the timeline, you know, like they give us, right? I don't know how accurate that timeline is, but anyway, you know, all the different crazy periods of time. And you're like, wow, interesting. And you can type in other mountain ranges and check out the periods of time that they were supposedly guesstimated to be formed in. And you'll find that the Huron Mountains are some of the oldest. But that's why they're not all majestic like the Rockies and like the Grand Tetons and Glacier and stuff like that. It's because they are fucking old, Jack. And they have been rounded off and weathered down. And this is where I left my glasses yesterday. So normally, if it wasn't so damn dry, there would pretty much be a creek running alongside of the trail right here. And it hits this and it crosses right here. I'm sorry. It crosses right here. Bloop, 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 bloop. And drains on that side. As you can see, it's very low side right there. As it's mountain, you know, small mountain hill. But again, it's so dry. I mean, that's just even what it's supposed to drain into is just completely dry. So here's where I left my glasses. Right here. You know, this disturbance right here. Oh, that disturbance right here is where my backpack was set, and then I set my glasses on top of it. And then when we went to leave, I just grabbed my bag and fucking stood up. And so they are not anywhere around here. If I find these on camera, I'm gonna shit myself. But the funny thing is, I thought I'd have a fighting chance to find these. Man, there's probably been like 4 or 5 people to walk this fucking trail since I did yesterday evening. Because they blend in with these colors really, really well. But straight lines tend to stick out in nature also. Oh, I shoe gooed my boots. Check that out. Boom. Oh, sturdy as a rock. And yeah, nowhere to be found. What a bummer. Is what it is. Have to buy another pair. I don't have any other pair. My only nice pair. I got a pair of work ones, but they're all fucked up. Sorry, I've been covering the mic this whole time. Whoopsies. So, anyway. Not forget what we were talking about. The Huron Mountain Range, yeah. So, I mean, again, look at all this. Just dry. Dry. This is usually pretty wet. You know, most of the UP is very marshy. It's very rocky, very marshy. Very rocky kind of shorelines. You know, you got the Porcupine Mountains. I wonder how old the Porcupine Mountains are. I have to look that up later. But the Hurons are older than the Appalachians. I mean, they're older than fucking Everest. And I mean, speaking of marshes, I mean, look at that. You can pretty much see this opening. And it goes on forever out there. And you could follow this giant opening right here. There's a little bit of water. in this marsh. I mean, this is just one hell of a marsh, guys. Let's stand out here. Oh. There we go. I mean, them trees are in my way, but you can see that it goes way far beyond that. And we're walking this way. We're gonna walk right along next to it. And I can't believe how low the water is. How nuts. You know, you probably see a moose sitting right here on the other side, getting ready to walk through or something. Wouldn't be too surprised. But, you know, I mean, I think my last video was what, 3 or 4 minutes? This one's going on 11, so about 15 minutes or so. Total trail time. Coming back to some of the boardwalk areas. So, interesting fact, the boardwalk here. So again, the water line used to be much higher, and it engulfed the trail. And it was extremely difficult because it's very rocky on this side. It was extremely difficult to navigate through this swamp, which kept a lot of people out of here, like a ton, which is kind of cool. Look at all the traffic, hey? So, the Forest Service, you're not allowed to have any wheeled vehicles or gas equipment out here, right? And the Forest Service has to abide by that as well. So, the Forest Service got some pack mules from the Shoshone National Forest there and transported them out here and used those pack mules to haul all the lumber out here. And they just had big old spiked nails and spiked it all together. And that was that. It was like as big as me. So I probably won't have this go on beyond 15 minutes because I kind of slowed down my pace since I'm talking and videoing. I gotta kind of pick my pace back up and get out of these woods. Still got a couple miles to go here. Well, less than 2 miles, I guess. But, you know, I mean, look now, we're back into the open part of it. But she sneaks through right there on the other side of these trees. And she just douche and stops right there. But what a heck of a marsh, right? I mean, that's a fucking expanse of marshy marsh. Ugh. Oh, look, we're back to where I made the other video. Bada bing. Bada boom. Look at that bad boy. See, somebody put that there on purpose so people would stop walking up that way. Look at that bad boy. Rawr. Alrighty. Look at that bad boy. Monsters. My favorite trees. The eastern white pine. This tract, another fun fact, the tract of woods that we're walking in right now holds the state's oldest white pine, estimated to be over 400 years old. Not the biggest, but the oldest. Where are we at? Almost 15 minutes. Alright, well, sorry we didn't see any wildlife. I don't see many deer out here ever. I see a lot of moose activity out here. Don't see too many moose though. Lots of beaver activity. You know, that's beaver activity right there. Look at those. He's just gnawing on stuff. But he kind of packed up and see, he's got some Little beaver action shit going on right there. He had a huge beaver house over here, actually. We'll peek at. And look at that cedar, man. Just dead. Ready to just blaze a hot fire. There was a huge beaver house right there. You can see the mud pit that's still left. I don't know if he's still in that thing or not. He may have had to vacate. I mean, the water is seriously like a foot low. So, I don't see anything too fresh when it comes to beaver activity, so look at that plane over there circling around, making sure that fire's still out. See him? There he is. Popping out, boom. Over there, that's the northwest corner that way. The northeast corner, I'm sorry. That's where that brush fire is at. 112 acres burned so far. I'll have to go get an update on that and see what's going on. Because I'll fucking drive out there tomorrow. And I'll drive, I got some fire retardant clothing. And haven't worn any FRCs in a while. But I'll throw it on and I'll grab a couple shovels and I'll just start fucking going to town wherever I can. But oh yeah, gotta love the mud. You know, I mean, this what an I mean, we're technically still on this marsh here. I'm gonna stop and pee though also. I mean, look, you can see the marsh. It stops right here at this wall of trees, but you can see that it kind of slips around and tucks over there and just keeps on going. Huge expanse of marsh. I mean, this is kind of where you want to be, honestly. You know, a buddy of mine lives in Grand Marais. Which means Great Marsh. Lots of marshland up here in the UP. That's a cool, look at them cedars, man. Just huge, beautiful, straight cedars growing right out of just rocks. You know, cedars should be growing in that swampy shit, not out of a rock. I mean, look at those white pines there. See that little cluster right there? They're growing on the edge of a huge rock. Insane. But I think that's all I got for you guys. We'll stretch it out to 20 minutes for you. Hope it was informative. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody is preparing for the worst and praying for the best. There's a lot of stuff going on in this world. It's showing itself, and we all know what time it is. And it's coming. So stay tuned for what happens next, I guess. Love you all. Stay strong. Stay blessed. Stay faithful.